All right, here we go. Today's August 12th, 2011. It is a Friday, and it's been a very busy week for us this week. Um, Today, the markets have sort of slowed down. We still have some pretty good range in the markets, but we don't have the same volatility that we had earlier in the week. Of course, we don't have the same news that's killing the markets like it has been earlier in the week. Um, I'm gonna go over the trades that we took today. I'll tell you right now, I took a bunch of pre-market trades that accounted for a whole bunch of points that you're going to see on the YM, but they were pre-market for the most part. I'm break even on the YM this morning. I'm looking for my ES DOM right here because I was just short a second ago. And why can't I find my ES DOM? Anyway, I was just short a few minutes ago from right over here. But I got there. That's fine. That'll bring it up. But I got out of it as we started to do the recording. All right. Now you can see I'm up 14 ticks on the day so far on the ES. That was from the open 14 ticks. I think I was up over 20 at one point. 24. I think I had six points. I think. And then I just kept trading. I've missed a bunch of trades. I've marked off in here a whole bunch of things. I'm just going to scroll through it. Alright, I'm going to scroll back here quite a bit. And you'll see the trades that I took, trades that I didn't take. And I'll go through it quickly with you all. Alright, so you can see the opportunities that were there for us. Alright, I think this was the start of the day right here. Alright, right here where we broke the elbow and we broke out of the bands down here. That was the first opportunity right there, and I missed that one. Okay. Price pulled back here. Now this would have been a continuation trade, which would not have worked, but nevertheless, it was there. This is the first trade that I took. We had a little bubble right here on the bottom, which we look for, then a pullback up right here for a continuation trade. That was the first trade that I took. Right here, we were breaking out of the bands, and we broke up on the elbow right here. That was the second trade that I took. So at that point, I was plus 16 ticks. This was a continuation trade in that direction right here, the orange one. I did not take that. Over here was a short trade that I did not take on the way down, where the elbow broke and we broke out of the bands right here. For what it's worth, guys, this is a four tick range ES chart. Okay. Jason, I'll get to your question in a minute. Okay. Over here was a continuation trade. You see, we had the elbow right here, and it pulled back up right here. I wasn't trading right in here because we had news right at this time. All right, so I didn't take any of these trades right in here that triggered. Here was another one right here, where we had the bubble and then the pullback to the BBC. Then over here I did take this trade. This was after the news, in between the news events, because we had news. I believe we had news at 9:55, and then we had news at 10, and this right here was 9:58. So I went long over here, and I took profit. And the pullback right here gave a point. I didn't take it, but it gave a point, which would have moved my stop up to break even, and then it turned against it. This again right here, all this section right here was news, and over here was a trade that I took. I don't know, I didn't put an end on it, but I'm guessing I got break even on this trade. And we'll move over to here. We didn't have any trades right in here, okay, because of the way the elbow broke, it didn't match up with the break of the bands down here. We did get a continuation trade here after the bubble down here. The red showed the bubble on the outside, pulled back to the BBC, gave us an indication, then we did not get any follow through afterward. Okay. Over here was a losing trade for me. I went long right here. See, we broke out of the bands, broke out of the elbow. I went long here, stopped out here. This became, it was inside the box, so you're not really going to take that, but it did pull back down to the BBC and bounce off it. This one over here was a continuation trade. You see we had the elbow down here. It pulled back to the BBC right here and went long. I moved my stop up to break even and got break even on that. Over here, the same thing. I moved my stop up to break even plus a tick. Now it had gone to my profit target here, but I was expecting at this point, I was expecting for the market to move up to where it is right now. I was expecting for it to go up to the highs of the day, up to 86. So I had moved my target out, but in both these cases it had gone to target. Over here was a trade I missed. It broke the elbow right here, okay, and we're breaking out of the bands right there, so that was a nice short trade right there I missed. A continuation trade right here that I got, that worked out perfectly. Alright, there was another continuation trade right here. You see the bubble down here and the pull back up. This one went to target as well. No follow through though. We didn't put in a lower swing, so no more continuation trades in that direction. Another breakout up here, elbow, and the bands. I didn't put an end on that one. I don't know how I did. Right, I may have not changed the arrow to show the proper color. Either way, I didn't take any more trades after that right here, I don't think. And so there was a trade right over here, 1127. I pointed this out in the live trading room, this trade right here, but I didn't take it. There was another one right here and another one right here. These are continuation trades after you get the bubble down here. Alright, so you can see how it was pretty easy to make a fair amount of money this morning. I ended with plus 14 ticks, but that's because I only took a few of the trades, and I lost a couple of trades here that clearly are not marked because I was up 24 ticks, and so I ended up losing 10 of those somehow. What I probably did is I probably lost a little more than that, and I got them back a couple ticks at a time, moving my stop up to break even plus a tick. For what it's worth, I tried to short right over here as I was beginning this recording. I tried to short right here. You see right now, that was the breakout right here and the close down below. I took it off. I was in at 82.5 and I took it off at 82.5. Now we had a little bit of a bubble right here and this pullback to the BBC, but the BBC is inside the box, so I don't really like that trade so much. Right here, right now. Alright, now over here, let me just point a few things out over here. This is the 7-minute ES chart. Okay, this shaded area right here was the gap from last night. The first thing the market did when it opened up was fill that gap right down here to the tick. It filled that gap. The gap happened to start right here at a weekly trading zone. Alright, so we bounced off the weekly trading zone last night all the way up here, huge bounce, and it came back down and filled that gap first thing this morning and bounced off the zone again, and it's been going up ever since. It got into kind of a choppy area in here, and I drew these trend lines in here a while back now. I drew these trend lines in here at about 11 o'clock my time, and that was an hour and a half ago. And I said then that whatever way it breaks out of these trend lines, we're likely to see a good move in that direction. And you can see here is the way it broke out of the trend lines, and we did get a nice move in that direction. Alright, now I'm going to jump over to the YM. Okay. On the YM today, we had a bunch of opportunity today. You can see I didn't mark orange and yellow. I didn't take all these trades. I didn't mark orange and yellow. I took this trade right here and lost 20 ticks on it. I took in the morning here, I think I lost 7 ticks on this one, and I lost 10 ticks on this one, and I made it back. I made some back on this, I think, but my best trade was this one right over here. I think I got 30 ticks out of this one right here. Okay, so I ended up about break even on the YM for the morning. Now in the partners meeting last night, I showed the partners some things, and I was trading that in the pre-market this morning, and that's how we got up to this 403 ticks. Okay, that was all pre-market trading, and it was multiple contracts too. All right, so it's not as good as it looks, but it was still a pretty impressive run. and what I was looking at mostly was once we bounced off the 1100 level, whatever time that was, we bounced off the 1100 level. The long trades from there were the best producers. Okay, what time was that? It was, no, I was doing it earlier than this. I don't know. It wasn't on a 500 contract. That's what I'm. It was on a different chart that the partners know about. And if any of you that are watching this, you want to come in, you can see it in the live trading room as well. But it'll be in the members area on the video that we took of the meeting last night in the members area. So anybody that's not a partner that wants to become a partner, you get to view all those things. And yeah, we probably have 30 or 40 hours of videos in there that you can take a look at. If you have any questions about that, you can email me at tech@cfrn.net. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going down this list right here. All right. That's and that was pretty much it for the morning. I didn't trade the Russell at all this morning, and I didn't trade the 6E at all this morning either. All right. Honestly, I haven't traded the 6E all week, I don't think, because I haven't had the attention span for it. There's just been so much going on with everything else that I haven't felt inclined to get to the 6E to trade it. But you can see, just using the elbow, the BBC, and the MA1 here. I'll go through a little bit on the 6E because I know some of you folks like to see the 6E stuff. I haven't looked at this yet today, but looking at it now, you can see there were breakouts in here. Where it broke out, moved up, nice moves, bounces off the BBC. They produced pretty nicely today. Elbow breakouts seem to work out pretty well, and it had a nice range this morning too. All right, now this is all pre-market, but if you jump over here to where we currently are, there was a short trade just a couple minutes ago right in here, right here. The follow through right there at 42.27 was a short, and that's since dropped down to 42.20, so that's 7 ticks right there. And that's pretty much it for the 6E. Now looking at the Russell, let me bring a Russell chart over here. Alright, I don't know if you guys noticed, if everyone noticed yesterday when David and Dwayne were talking, I was marking up trades that were being triggered in this chart right here on the Russell. Alright, in this very chart. Look at that ES trade that I had taken over here at 82.5. It's now down at 79 for a 3.5 point move. Alright. On the Russell, the trades that I was showing yesterday, they were being triggered during the time that David and Dwayne were talking. In the time that I've been talking right here, there was a trigger right here on the short side, up here on the long side, over here on the short side, and that's pretty much it. So in the time that I've been talking and making this recording, it was triggered in right here at 6.99, really just 6.99, and it dropped down to 697.8. So that's $120. Over here, it was triggered in on the long side. 99.2, that went up to 70, that's $80. So we're at 200 right there. 698.4 right here, and that dropped down to 696.4, so another $200. So in the time that I've been making this video, there were 3 trades that triggered $400 worth of profit, potential profit. Okay, if you were just trying to take a point off each one or something like that, then you didn't get a point off of this. You probably got break even, but you got a point here and a point here, so you got $200. All right, that is the morning. I think I'm going to wrap up the recording on that, and